Hello, my name is Michael Childers, a professor at the School for Workers, and I'm joined today by my retiring colleague, David Nack, who agreed to take a few minutes to speak with us on his way on to greener pastures. So, David, congratulations, first of all. And just wanted to start with an intro question of, could you tell us a little bit about what brought you to the School for Workers and your decision to come here?
Well, first, let me say that your comment about greener pastures sounds a little final, but that that being the case, I'll try to answer anyway. Uh, Actually, I was interviewed first in 1999 and then in 2000, and I finally started in 2001. Um, I really think a lot of it had to do with background that I had. I had been working for a couple of different unions in the private sector and the public sector. I'd been an organizer, business agent, director of organizing, and I think especially my organizing background was the reason why I was offered a position.
Great. And would you mind sharing a little bit about some of the different programs or projects that you engaged in during your time here at the school?
Yeah, well, I got to do a lot of great things. Of course, I taught in a lot of our major classes, including collective bargaining classes, steward training classes, um, grievance arbitration, of course, labor history, organizing. So I got to do a lot of interesting stuff in terms of teaching. Also got to work on a number of projects. Couple of them were documentaries. One of them is about the early history of the School for Workers, which I believe is still on the department's website. Another deals with apprenticeship programs in Wisconsin. And I think what stands out the most are some of the recent collaborative projects that I got to work on with faculty and staff, including two conferences for public workers that we held in 2013 and 2014 in Madison and Milwaukee, and an article that we wrote on the recent evolution of Wisconsin public worker unionism in Labor Studies Journal in 2020.
Excellent. So you kind of just alluded to it, but I wanted to ask you more specifically. I mean, across your over 20-year career here in Wisconsin, is there something specific maybe that stands out for you?
Well, for me, by far, it would be the struggle over Act 10, which is ongoing, really, and started in 2011 with the advent of Scott Walker and Republican majorities in the state legislature. And I think a lot of people, myself included, saw it as an attack on worker rights and union rights, and it was more significant in that sense than just some struggle over money issues. It was that as well, of course. Um, and that's had a profound effect. A lot of us weren't that surprised when just a few years later, um, the same legislature and governor brought us right to work legislation. We kind of saw that coming after Act 10, even though he had promised one labor leader that he wasn't going to do that. He did do it. Sorry. And that kind of stands out. It's an ongoing struggle. And a lot of the public worker unions are still contending with the very adverse conditions brought about by Act 10.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Well, we have one final question for you before we leave you alone, which was just like, what do you see for the future of the School for Workers, or what pearls of wisdom would you like to share with us?
Well, you know, the mission of the school is to provide education and research resources to working people and to organized labor. And that's a mission without end, really. So I hope that as we move forward in the future, the school will find new ways, as well as keep doing what we've been doing, which is reaching out and trying to meet working people's needs and providing the education they really need, especially to help them on the job, but elsewhere as well. And I just think it's a very important mission that the School for Workers has. So I look forward to the future and seeing what happens.
As do I. Thanks so much for your time and all your years of service, David. It's truly been a pleasure. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you, Michael, very much.